Diversity and equality of services. Having a diverse workforce helps the public services know what the bigger picture of the needs of the whole society is. So it improves the public perception of the public services, and it benefits them by getting involved with other ethnic minorities and women and black people, so lots of different characters. It also gives a wide variety of groups that each public services can link within. This can help the public services learn new skills and learn from like each individual. So knowing when they're in different situations what to do, depending on what kind of individual it is. I think this helps the public services in different situations by knowing how to deal with different individuals, and then it makes their jobs a lot easier for them as well. The role of the public services is promoting equality and diversity. There are different policies in place to support promoting equality and diversity within the workforce. One of them is equal opportunities policy. This is in place to help stop bullying and harassment within the workplace, grievance procedure, recording and monitoring of equal opportunities, data and complaints, complaint procedure for service users, and anti-discriminatory policies. It helps support people within the workforce by having these policies in place and keeping everyone equal by not discriminating anyone, no matter like what religion, ethnic minority or sex they are at. The MOD, so the Military of Defence, have a joint equality and diverse training centre, which is one of the main strategies to promote diversity and equality. New recruits are trained and shown the importance of diversity. It also has a high focus on racism and inappropriate behaviour towards the public services, high values and standards. So it's there to help them stop being in different situations, and if they are in that situation, then they know how to deal with it. I think this is a great way of showing soldiers how to act within the public service and how to deal with situations involving racism and inappropriate behaviour. The police force benefit from having a diverse workforce by having a variety of decision making and different possible solutions, a willingness to change and consider new options. It also helps with giving better relationships within a community, and this results in having more of an effective service. The police have 3 different ways of trying to improve equality and performance. One of them is having easy access to services. By doing this, it brings the community closer and makes things a lot easier for each individual. When they're like calling 999 and they have a situation, they're going to find it easy to be like, I need someone to come here to me now because I'm in a difficult situation. The second is having an environment where all staff can be encouraged to work hard and improve on a daily basis. So that means being able to work comfortably with having your people who are higher rank than you helping you move on and be able to be promoted because you're doing more well. So they're showing you what kind of things you need to do to improve. And the last one is building equality into organisations, so making everyone equal and diverse. The police have had targets to improve and recruit up to 5,000 females and people of ethnic backgrounds. So that's anyone from any kind of religion, black, Muslims, it's anyone. So this will help reflect the communities that they serve. So if they're going into a community who have a lot of ethnic minorities in, and you've got a white police officer going into it, it's going to be it's going to work a lot better if you have a someone of an ethnic minority as in the police officer going into that community rather than having just 3 white officers going in, because they're going to react a lot better to that. And over the years the targets have increased because there have been cases like the Stephen Lawrence case where the police service were called racist. I think that their ways of improving equality within the police force are so important because it makes the community feel a lot safer knowing that the police are working hard and finding ways to be involved within all religions, ethnic minorities, and being part of each community no matter what community it is. And if they're not well known either, it's good to get involved. I also think that meeting these targets and getting more females and people of ethnic minorities with the help of the community understand that the police are not racist. It will also promote diversity and equality within the police force, which is a huge thing. In the fire service, women and black people and other ethnic minorities are unrepresented in the service. This means that the service can undertake positive, active, under the Race Religions Act 1976 and the Sex Discrimination Act 1975. By having these people in the fire service, they can go out and tell people about the fire service, so just people in the community, tell them about the fire service, and this helps promotes equality and diversity within the service and lets people outside in the public understand that they take on women and people of other ethnic minorities. This also, by doing this, it's also going to recruit different people, which is good for the fire service, and that's what they need. Captain Hannah Winterbourne promotes diversity and equality within the British Army as the highest ranking transgender. This is a massive deal, and this has been over the last couple of years, and it's been in the news. It's been such a big thing out there. And that's it's going to be a really, really big thing for the army about promoting that diversity and equality and showing everyone that it is important. The way the uniformed public services are promoting people and not discriminating anyone shows how much they have improved over the last 50 years. It is a long way to come when they used to ask gay men to leave the army, which was absolutely just crazy. And now that they're not doing that and they've got so much better and they accept anyone, it's been a lot better for for the whole community as well. I think promoting equality and diversity through ranks is probably one of the best ways, because it lets anyone else know that they can become a leader and that they can become an important person within the public services. It also lets other women and people of ethnic minorities know that everyone is being treated the same, and that if they did join a uniform public services, they would be treated in that same way as well, which is a huge deal. If you are black and you were arrested by a white police officer, some people may get angry and say that this is racist. However, if a black officer arrested a black man, no one would say anything because they think, oh, well, it's the same minority, so they wouldn't say anything. This would take out massive arguments, and it would not be needed. So by having different people in the police force, it shows so much peace, and also it's gonna make less arguments, which is what we need in the community. So by having different races and sects in the police force, it does show diversity and equality, and it shows it to the community as well, which is really important. And there is so much empathy between the public services and the public by having all of these ethnic minorities and different sexes within each uniform public service. All of the different methods, so the policy and procedures. So we've got the equal opportunities and anti-discrimination policy. This means that the policy protects you from being discriminated at work. So an advantage for this is less people being discriminated and leaving the environment in the company a safer place to work in. It also gives the opportunities for jobs and employees and other promotions for people, which is really good. I don't actually think there's a disadvantage to this, so I've left that one clear. Also, we've got grievance procedures. So this means giving people time off work if they've got something upsetting and that they need time to grieve for. So so an advantage of this would be the employer is giving people time. The employers are giving the employees time off, so that the employer is going to be really happy about this because they've got the time to grieve. But the company will lose out on an employee for that amount of time, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage for the company. Another one is bullying and harassment at work policies. This protects you from being bullied and harassed at work to do with religion, sexuality, sexual relationships, how you act and how you look. An advantage for this is it's stopping bullying and harassment happening at work. But a disadvantage is that it's going to give managers and staff in charge of this more work to deal with. Another one is recording and monitoring of equal opportunities data and complaints. This means that the company ensures that they keep their documents and your data safe so that other people can't see it, which is most likely what people like. They don't want you to see their documents. So an advantage of this is that it ensures everyone's details are safe and that no one's going to be able to see them. But a disadvantage is that it gives the people in charge more complaints to deal with sometimes. So that's that one. And then the last one is complaint procedures for service users. This means each service should have a complaints procedure that they can be that they can use by the general public or other organisations to report poor service for any other concerns. The police actually have one, so it's called the Independent Police Complaints Commission. So that's just an idea of the one that they have. So a lot of uniform public services and even their own individual companies have that, so that they've got something in place if something does happen. So an advantage of this is that it helps people make the complaints and it helps them sort it out as well afterwards. So that's really good because you do need this thing in place. And then a disadvantage would be that the company needs more employees to deal with this if they have got that complaints system in place. I think overall, though, diversity and equality makes the companies and communities and all of the uniform public services, including the British Army, the RAF, the Navy, the police. So the police are actually within the community, whereas like the British Army, they're going out and they're actually fighting people in like Afghan and Syria. So it's really important to be actually seen well. So I think that diversity and equality is going to make such a difference in that if they're actually promoting that and supporting that all the time. And it does, and all of the things that they do by encouraging different people, so women, black people, men, even just other people of ethnic minorities, supporting that, having different posters up, having people to go talk to people who are, say, women or black people or Muslims, anyone. It really does promote and support that equality and diversity.